So today I was posed with a very interesting question at work, and I'm gonna try to keep this video a little shorter because my past ones have been pretty long and I've just rambled. But basically the question that was posed came from talking about a will and having children, and if you pass away, what are you going to give them, what kind of possessions? And there was two camps. One was, I'm going to give my house to my kids, and one was, I'm not going to give anything to my kids. No matter what I have when I die, hopefully it's nothing. I hope I spend every last penny and that I've taught my kids everything they need to make a lot of money. But both of those ended up being about the accumulation of wealth. The first one ended up being, when I actually further asked questions, ended up being more so that they wanted to keep a lot of wealth in the family and that they wanted their kids to, not necessarily about security, but more so about building up wealth. Where the other one was more so about just teaching their kids how to make a lot of money, because that's like the biggest skill that you could have. I'm not saying that either of those are horribly bad, but I do disagree with both of them. And I kind of had a controversial take among my peers, which was that I wanted to buy a house for each child I had. So let's say my goal by 60 or something like that, if I have 4 children or however many children, I want to have that many houses plus one for me and my wife. And by the time that each child is at a certain age, be it 18 or maybe it's 30, when their careers are more settled and when they're ready to settle down and they know that they have a house coming to them. I'm not going to tell them right away, of course. They're not going to know that it's for them. I'm going to let them know, hey, this is me and your mom's. Even when we pass away, we're not necessarily giving it to you guys. But maybe they'll see this video, so who knows. But my plan is to eventually let them each have a house. And I do it more for security, not for the accumulation of wealth, not for intergenerational wealth or generational wealth, but more for security. And what do I mean by that? I don't really view the accumulation of money as something that's a goal. So kind of like a Stoic philosophy where they see things as indifference. There's preferred indifference and dispreferred indifference. And for example, like health and money would be preferred indifference. Yes, you prefer it, but it's also an indifference, meaning it doesn't keep you from being happy. And let's say that sickness is a dispreferred indifference, because of course you don't want to be sick, but even being sick, you can still reach happiness. And they call that eudaimonia, which doesn't really have, as far as I know, a direct translation, but the best we can do, I guess, is well spirit, or some people just completely simplify it and call it happiness. So basically, I say that to say that I don't think that money is a good source or measure of happiness. And when I think of all the sacrifices that my grandparents made for my parents' life to make their life better, and the sacrifices that my parents made to make my life better, I see and I hear from their own mouths that they never desired for me to become this rich guy or get this amazing career so that I could buy a huge house and buy any car I want. It was all in order for me to be able to have freedom to choose what I wanted to do, whether that's be a librarian, be a software developer, be a physician, or maybe be a writer, a poet, anything like that. And they didn't really have the opportunity to give me like the best of the best. in terms of education and in terms of resources, but they really gave me a lot, and of course the best they could. So in my opinion, I've done pretty well with the best that they were able to give me. And that's what I want to do for my son. And that's what I want to do for any future kids that I have. I don't necessarily want to give them driving factors or motivations that say, hey, choose this career. This career is the one that's going to give you a lot of money. And I can code it by saying, this one's the one that's going to make you financially free. We all know that financially free is a code for get a lot of money. But if you're the small minority that say financial freedom truly does mean just freedom to choose, then yes, I am on board with that. But most people by financial freedom mean that you have the freedom to choose between a Bugatti and a Ferrari. Of course, that's not what I mean. I don't mean financial freedom to choose between that or a mansion in New York City or a mansion in LA. No. I want them to have the financial freedom to pursue the things that they find beautiful and the things that get them closer to that eudaimonia, that well spirit, and that true happiness. I want them to be good people in this world, to serve people the best that they can, and to find that inner peace and connect with family, connect with friends on the right levels. And so when I said that I want to gift each of them a house, it really has to do all with the freedom that they can have. I want them to be able to pursue art, to pursue philosophy to the fullest degree. If they want to get a doctorate in social studies or in history or in economics, or maybe they want to be a plastic surgeon, who knows? At the end of the day, I just want them to have the freedom to pursue anything they want as far as they want to pursue it in a virtuous path. Something, for example, that will get them closer to having more wisdom, to having more courage, to having more love in their life, to having better judgment in things. And so, to me, those are the most important things in life. And I just wanted to share that to say, you know, there's more to life than money. And I'm not rich by any means. I see a lot of people say, you know, I'd rather cry in my Lamborghini, cry in my Ferrari, whatever they may say. That's not a good life. That's really not a good life. My first car was Toyota Tercel, this really crappy car, and maybe one day I can't afford a Lamborghini, or maybe I go completely broke and I have, again, that first car I had, or maybe I ride a bike. What I've really realized is that happiness really does come from within. I'm closer to my own family than ever. I have my own family. It's truly the most beautiful and remarkable thing to watch relationships flourish, to watch your children grow. And there's nothing more in the world that I could ever ask for than those relationships and getting closer to being the best and most useful person for society that I can be, in order to make the world a better place. Because really, I just want to be a good citizen, someone that puts in my part, because of course, I believe that we're all given talents to be able to chip into society and make the world a better place. And I truly feel that the closer that I get to honing in on the gifts that I've been given, the happier I've been. And it doesn't necessarily mean an easier path, but it does mean a more fulfilled life, a more fulfilling life, and a happier heart, a more fulfilled heart. Of course, there will be moments of sadness and joy. Those are fleeting, but the actual well spirit that lasts. And that's what I'm going for, and that's what I hope I can teach my kids, is to pursue the things they love, to be good citizens, and to love one another. So that's all I say. And if you have any comments, or if you want to argue like my points and you believe something else, just let me know. But see you guys.